I'm here at the TD Garden and I get to photograph my first NBA game. I'm so excited. It's been one of my dreams ever since starting photography is to photograph the NBA, and I get to do it tonight. So come along for the journey with me and let's go. I am literally as far away from my home as I can get. I live in Perth, Western Australia, and I'm shooting it all the way in Boston. That is a mighty far away. I'm gonna talk about gear for a moment. 2 R5s, I'll roll today, a 28-70 and a 100-300. I don't believe I have a spot on the floor, which is pretty normal for these sort of things. And so I can kind of go to the back or tier 1 and get some shots. I'll also take my 15-35 because I'm really keen on doing like a full venue shot, which I obviously love. If I have room in my kit, I'll take my 15mm fisheye mainly for the warm-ups, because you can get close and on the court and stuff apparently. So we'll do some warm-up stuff. All that kind of preparation work that you should do prior to getting to the venue. So when you get there, you're ready to go. Or if something happens and you don't get your pass for a while, I forget my passport and don't get some ID or anything like that, and I've got to come back. Not rushed when I get there because everything's done. We're here at TD Garden. We got in all fine, all safe. Been down on the court shooting some pre-stuff. Some of the junior guys are on there, just waiting for the big names to come out, and I'll head back down. And then it's like the pre-game stuff, and we're into it. Dennis Schroeder's on the court, so he's one of my favorite players. I actually really like the way he plays, so let's go get some photos of him. We're sitting here courtside of the game. I've already been kicked off the court once, so basically I just got to roam around sort of the first level of seats and just make my way around and sort of not get in anyone's way. Walkouts are about to happen now, and we will get into some photos of them warming up, and then the game starts. I have no idea where I'm allowed to go or not, but I'm sitting here on the floor and I'm just gonna take as many photos as I can. When taking shots from here, I really try to get low because the floor is pretty cool and it kind of draws you into the photo. The really cool thing about shooting at a venue like this is they generally black it off and you're shooting into kind of like really cool LEDs and a black image in the background, which makes your images pop and they look fantastic. I really want to use the background to complement my image, and I really want to photograph people in their most dynamic movements. Well, it turns out that I cannot sit here. I got told off.
Who are you shooting with today? Okay, perfect. You can come with me. Yeah.
So I was sitting courtside and I was just gambling it, but they came and told me off, so I'll go up to level 9 now. So I got booted out of my spot on the floor. They expect you to shoot from level 9, which is up here. There's really only one type of shot that you can get from up here. So I'll start here for a little while, and then probably in the second half I'll venture down into the crowd and just kind of seat hop and change around a little bit from tier 1 and see what I can get from there. But it is what it is. You just gotta do what you gotta do. See what we can get.
My very first NBA game is going into OT. You couldn't have asked for any better script. The crowd is pumping, they're loving it, and I'm really loving this. When shooting from a location like this, just understand what you're trying to get. For me, it's a bit of the crowd involvement within the basketball game, but then also just capturing what's happening in the basketball game. A bit of motion blur thrown in there, and you've got some pretty cool stuff.
And that's it, first game in the bag for the NBA. Very, very interesting experience, but it was cool. It was cool. Let's get to editing now. Fair few photos to get through. I took a lot of photos, I'm not gonna lie, but let's do it. So I've just finished the shoot, and the first thing I basically do is download my cards. If you're notoriously bad at formatting cards like I am, then a little trick is to sort by capture time rather than anything else. And all your photos will be at the end and much easier. So if you use a different camera or it clicks over to a different folder or something like that, then they're all going to be in chronological order, which makes it really easy to grab them. That's my little tip.